Okay. Alright, as you guys might not be able to tell, hi, we're down here very low today. I'm actually going to be sitting in my chair because my back hurts so bad. So, I'm going to attempt to do a show. I had to teach 2 classes earlier today, so I've already been up and painting, and getting all crazy, and so my back is paying the price. So we're going to try to sit here and paint a scene for you. I've never sat and painted before, so we're going to find out how this works. See if it's easier to just kick my chair out of the way and stand up. I want to figure that out. So you guys got to check in. Tell me where you're watching from. What time is it where you are right now? We're going to try to get our liquid white all over our canvas. And if you're just tuning in, just tell me where you're watching from. And listen up, because I'm going to teach you how to do something cool today. A little ice cold winter scene. And in order to do that, we need to prep our canvas and make sure our canvas is wet. And we only can make it wet with this Bob Ross liquid white stuff. Or your Grumbacher's liquid white, right? Same thing, different brands, same thing. All we're going to do is teach you how to do a really cool little winter scene. It's going to be cool. It's cool. It's going to be cold. It's an ice cold wintry scene today. So, once we get our liquid white spread across our entire canvas, then we're going to go back and add our colors, and do our stuff. All right, mix it, 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 all over the place. Okay? Then we're going to go add our blue and our crimson to our sky. We're going to make a really cool thing. So, check in, tell me where you're watching from. Oh, I'm not as mobile today because we're down in a chair. I almost didn't do the show, you guys. I've been laying on the floor of my studio for the last 40 minutes, deciding whether or not I was able to come up here and go live for you guys and teach you a scene, because it just hurts. I've already taken some Tylenols. I may not be able to even look around and see the back of the comments too often, guys, because it's enough to make you not want to do a show. And I never want you guys to miss out and not be able to learn something, or maybe this is the only day that you're able to watch me, and so I don't want you to miss out just because my back is not feeling the best. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're gonna go wash off this brush, and then we're gonna blend all of these colors together into this really cool thing. Okay, I might actually have to stand up to wash the brushes out. That's gonna be painful. So you guys just check in. Oh my goodness, tell me where you're watching from. From around the world. Back in the chair, back in the chair. There we go. Okay, now once we dab off this brush, we'll be able to blend it out much more evenly with a clean dry brush. See that? Clean dry brush. And we're gonna go back and start in our lightest area first. And because we pick up that liquid white onto our brush, it's going to start making all the other colors lighter. And the lighter, the more pressure that we give it, the lighter those colors will be, because they will be interacting with our wet white base coat. That is wet, right? The whole canvas is wet. That's the best part about it. We teach the wet on wet technique, which means we take wet paint and apply it to a wet surface. We can mix this guy upwards and upwards and upwards. We get this really soft, faint, pinky sky. We'll start taking our blue, we'll work it down into that faint pinkiness, and the more that we push and blend, because our canvas is already wet, it's going to allow the colors to blend together. It's much softer versus over there. Over here, where we have to reach so far, even sitting down in my chair. I don't know what I did to my back, you guys. I mean, I went to Moldova Falls, and I hiked a little bit, but it's not like I was lifting weights over there. What the heck, man? And then yesterday was very sore. Today I was teaching a virtual class, I had to stand up the whole time. And then doing the in-person class, we must have stopped 4 or 5 times just so I could stretch and try to stand up straight again. So I don't know what I did, but I irritated something there. Nice little soft little sky. Now you can determine whether or not you want to put clouds in your sky based off of how good your blend is, right? Now if your blend is very nice, then you don't need clouds. But just in case, if your blend isn't so good, what we want to do is mush on a bit of that white paint up and through. We're going to have a little mountain out there chilling in the night. Right? So we're going to decide how it looks by coming up here and blending it out. The more that you push on it, the more it will blend away. The lighter that you touch it, the lighter bright brighter white, it will stay. Push and blend along the bottom so it turns into the sky. You get your soft little puffer of a cloud out there, right? You can determine how bright you keep it. The more you go over it, the less and less and less bright it will be. You get up there and blend our sky with the same color. You can come back underneath and touch some of that blue from up here, down up underneath, and create a whole other little mini shadow. Just a little mini shadow. Sometimes it doesn't have to be so big, right? Now let's get over here. We're going to take our palette. We're going to mix up our black, our crimson, our blue in a 2:1 ratio. You guys know it's 2 blue, 2 crimson, 1 black. And that way, we'll make this very dark purplish black color. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, just looking amazing out there, you guys. Just amazing, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is take just a little bit of this guy. We don't need a whole lot. Let's make a mountain over here, there. Right back through there. Just a little guy. Doesn't have to be this crazy sharp of a peak thing, so I've been kind of making them more round recently. And then we change that angle and we remove that paint. Scrape it up. Get it off of the canvas because it's going to want to grow when you come up here with your other brush. You start sliding it down. Be much more flat as you get down to the bottom. So change the angle like that. Come over here like this, grip it, grab it, bounce it, slide it out. Right? Doesn't have to go forever, but just to show you that it will go all the way to the side if you want it to. If you need it to be a little bit darker right there because there was less paint, put a little bit more in. Now we've got our ridge, it's running down this way, and then we've got our side, it's running off the other way. Creating a more of a 3D thing already. Now don't put too much paint up there. Why don't we go back up here with our big old 2-inch brush. We've been doing our sky lift. Let's blend this guy nice and soft. Down around the bottom. Bing, bang, but now you can't even really tell where it is. It's out there floating in the night. Very cool. Now, what if we came back and we took a little bit of our white, a little touch of our blue, since we're only using our 4 colors today. Little white, little blue, there we go, a little bluier. Like, almost like our blue sky color. A little blue sky. We're going to wipe off our blade. Come back, grab a little bit more of our white, a little touch of blue down here, mix it up. Mix it so you get this very white color that we know is not pure white anymore because we mixed it in with these blues. Can you guys even see the palette when I'm over here? Everybody's looking good. Looking good. Boom, ba boom. Okay, so we're going to come up here. We're going to decide. Maybe this is our brighter side of our sky, and that's our darker side of our sky. Who knows? We're going to make a decision right here. We're going to come up. We're going to allow this guy to attach a little roll of paint up there and let it fall off. Okay, the bigger the roll, the more it's going to want to get stuck. We're going to flow along that little ridge that we had created, dropping it off as it goes further down. It can break a little bit more and get all crazy. Right? You get as close to the edge as you would like. But I like to leave a little dark line around the edge. It just helps make it pop out a little bit better. And then we're going to come in with our white that we had created by mixing our titanium white with this little bit of blue color. We're going to come up here and attach on and let it flow off, very light. Right? It's supposed to be very thick up there along the top. And then it starts to thin out as it comes down here. And you can decide how far you want to allow it to flow. Maybe it cuts back, maybe it rolls you there, wearing. Right? All up to us. Every time that we go to do it, there's another chance to come up there a little bit closer. Throw it off into the night. You got to come back with your 2-inch brush or your 1-inch brush, whichever's more comfortable for you. And if you came down this way with your blade, or you came down this way with your blade, you need to go the opposite way. Right? Very lightly, not out here trying to brush, very light against the canvas, very light this way. Soft, 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 soft. Oh, my back. Oh, just, oh. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. My back just locked up. I must have went too far over that way. Okay. God, it hurts. We're going to come in here and tap. And tap, and tap. Come off of this side, tapping, tapping, and tapping that color outwards, outwards, outwards. All we're doing is making this area that we're tapping softer for our next bit of color. Alright, so say we come up here, we grab some of that, grab some of this, mix it down, a little bit of misty fog in there, transition back up. Very cool. Show yourself a floating little mountain out there, right? Now, what if we had a little bit of our cloud maybe rolling down, right? From that brightest part to the darkest part, a new spot, bang. Another cloud, poof, out here in the night. Up underneath it, we Give yourself a big enough amount of paint up here that when you come up there with your 1 inch or your 2 inch brush, whichever one you decide to use, that there's enough paint to mix, right? If you put up there just a little bit, it's going to mix away instantly. God, my back. If I end up just falling forward and passing out from pain, can you guys send help? London knows where to come. God, it hurt. I've already taken a couple Tylenol too. It's just will not go away, this pain. I need a bit of a massage, big time. Work out whatever. I can tell it's in my hamstrings. It's way down in my legs. It's causing me back pain. I don't know what it is, but it hurts. Okay. Now let's decide, maybe, since we've got our little mountain out there, and we still got a bit of our color mixed up, what if came up here with a whole little guy, a little double mountain peaker, right? Whenever we want him to be, get up underneath him over here, get down over here. All we're worried about is the top edge of our mountain looking nice and crisp. So make sure you got enough paint up there to leave that little ridge. Pretty cool. Drop it down. 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 Keep some color in there. Scrape off that excess paint. Remember, get rid of it. Scrape it out of the way. Otherwise it's going to grow too far, especially when we come up and hit it with our brush. Now remember, if you split your peaks far enough apart, you can have things in between them. If your peaks are too close together, like these guys are, they're going to flow down in one way. Okay? You're going to grab it up here, slide it off, taking it out that way. Maybe there's a little valley in between, but there won't be one there unless you put it there and drag your brush that way. Maybe this guy comes down and catches up with that little valley. He's like, hey friend, what's up my valley friend over there? Just chilling. All right, the more we drag it down, the more it's going to extend and grow on us each time. Now we're going to come up right to the edge of where our brush is going this way. Grab it, slide it off the other side. And we can determine how far it goes out by the amount of paint that's either on our brush or the pressure that we're pushing. Right, and we'll have our one little ridge going down one way, a little ridge going down the other way. And if it needs a color, because you didn't put enough down there, then perhaps some of our darker color. This one's allowed to be a bit darker than our other one was. Right down there. All determines on how you pull your brush out. Okay? So then you can go back, and then you can decide, maybe I want a little bit of that bluish color off the back side of our little friend in here. Just kind of flowing down, floating the knife across the canvas, right? The palette tool does not need to really touch our canvas. It doesn't have to smoosh it on. It doesn't have to make any noise. We want it to literally float where you don't have any noise or any action until you get down there to the very bottom, right? And then it's up to us how heavy we lay it on. How many times are you going to go over it, right? Oh, you can tell my back hurts because this is supposed to be highlights, guys. This is supposed to be our shadows. Man, just not even paying attention. That's okay though. That's okay. Easily fixable. Just literally straight. Right? Are you guys not going to tell me that I was putting the blue on the wrong side? I'm just going to allow my searing back pain to cloud my judgment. I could have swore we had blue off that side. I was mistaken. That's okay. Just another way that we can show you how you can change up and change your ideas whenever you want. Right? Connect our little blue bits down there. Cool. Take that white. Hey, there's our shiny side, right? Gotta have our old shiny side of our mountain come down over here. And then we can determine how thick we want it to be, how bright, how crazy of our amount of paint are we going to use, right? Mix up that little bit of blue in there so it stays off white. You don't need it to be pure titanium white. Come down, get more flat along the bottom. So we're dragging more and more flatly along our edge down here. Scrape it up, put it down wherever you need it to be. Make yourself happy, right? However you like it. You don't have to just be disappointed with how it looks when you do it, okay? You can get up there and go, you know what? I like it just like that. Bang. Whatever you say goes. Right? Tell them. Don't spend too much time on these guys. A little bit of white, go down this way, a little bit feet up into our little area of our bluey, shadowy bit. You can even feed it across right here and say, hey, the light caught right down there too. Right? Why not? Why can you not do that? You absolutely can. We can make this whole thing mountains if we wanted to. We're going to get a bit of blue shadow up underneath our foot right over here. Just create this little theme as you come down. Guys, were you not going to tell me, though, that we were putting it on the wrong side? That's okay. Like, it's all right. Josh is in pain. He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out by the time we get down there. What's wrong with my back today, though? For realsies. For realsies. I do not know. A little bit more brightness. Fill in those shadowy spaces. Whoop. Fabulous, you guys. Look at that. That is fantastic. Now, switch back to our big old 2-inch brush. We'll switch back over here. Ooh, we could just keep doing mountains all the way down, you guys. I'm serial. I'm super serial. Right? Opposite of how we went. So we took our palette tool, we went down this way. We take our brush here, so we go up this way. Just literally 2 hairs. Literally. We don't want to have too much pressure. We're not trying to push the paint. We're just trying to soften it down. Right? So if we graze across it like this, it's kind of making this next layer a little softer for us. So then we can decide, do we want to come in with some force, do we want to do this, do we want to mist it up, do we want to take it down like this, kind of tap out that color, tap it, tap it, tap it, right? And then by the time we come over to this side, we're grabbing it from this way, and we're tapping, 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 and deciding where we want our texture to be. Because you have to have a soft area. If you're going to put down anything else, it has to be softer underneath, right? So by mushing it, smooshing, softening down that color, that's going to help us out as far as making this guy look like he's in focus and these guys look like they're out of focus just a little bit. Man, this one's looking good, guys. I'm already digging it. Woo! Looking really cool. So then we can decide, do we want to have this be water? Do we need it to be snow? Do you want to continue doing mountains? All up to you. Every time that you go to do one is another chance for you to do it. Different. Now, let's say we mix up a little bit more of our dark colored mix. So we'll take a little bit, 1 part black, 2 parts crimson, 2 parts blue, mix those guys up. Boom, 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 do this really dark color. And put in one of 2 things. You can do some faraway little footy hills, like Bob used to say, or you can do some background forests, or little hash mark trees and stuff like that. All up to you. Every time that you do your painting, another chance to do it a little differently. Let's wiggle down through this guy. Actually, I think it might hurt worse to sit down than stand up. Now, our brush is very, very sharp with the color, right? Very sharply into that way. You can come in here just below the snow and tap in a little line, tap in a little bit to the side, a little bit to the side. All these 5 or 6 little taps are one little tree out there, right? It's not all separate. We come down here, tap it in, make it kind of triangular, right? There's a whole nother tree, especially if you can connect those guys with a little bit of stuff in between. Now we're starting to look more and more like some background, indistinct forest out there. Right? You don't want to go too high up onto your mountain snow, I'm telling you. Right? It's going to be more difficult. That's why we made this like hazy, misty, foggy area down here. So we could drop on this thicker paint and it will actually stick. That's the whole goal about it. Climb up a little taller over there. And then on the bottom, that's when you can literally mush it on. Right? We want it to be dark under here. We don't want to be able to see past all these things. There we go. We don't want to be able to see past or through too many of these little guys. That's why they're so dark. That's why they're so tightly filled in there. Right? Come over here, tap it in, make it a little bit different so it's not just a straight line all the way across. Right? You don't have to worry about them too much. Go back and make them a little bit sharper on the top, but it's literally we're tapping down, then we're tapping next to it, and we're tapping next to it. Right? Leaving some of these spaces in between is going to be helpful as far as when they fill in later on their own, as we hit it with our bigger brush and you fill in. Right? That's when it's going to be more helpful. So, up there, around the edge of our canvas, why not? And fill it in until it's about flat. That doesn't have to be perfectly flat, just about flat. We're going to lose the majority of our pink because we didn't know what we were going to do. Doing everything live, that's how it goes. Now, we come up here, grab it, slide it up. Very lightly, pull away before you hit your snow, right? And we're not trying to drag them up through our snowy area. And the more that you fill down here, the more dark it becomes, right? The more we go over it, the more darkness will fill in that space and it'll become opaque where we cannot see through it. Right? Now, how much mist do we want to have? Do you want to bring it all the way down? How are we making this misty color, Josh? Because the canvas down here is still wet with all that liquid white, with all of our pink, with all of our blue. Oh, my back. Oh. And so, as we tap down that dark color, we're picking up light from down here and then depositing that light back up there. So as we start to mix them back and forth, we tap them down. Tap, 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 tap. All kind of craziness. It's mixing in with the lighter color, with the liquid white, with the pink that's underneath, and you get this hazy fogginess underneath those guys. Right? Then we get to decide, when we come in and mix this stuff up, how much of the tops of the trees are we going to see? Right? The bottoms are invisible. You can't see them anymore. That's the mysteriousness, right? The mystery of it all. Oh, he's gorgeous. Right? Now, let's switch back. Again, we've only used 5 tools so far. Right? Palette tube, 2 fan brushes, 1 and 2 inch brushes so far. Okay? I never like to make the paintings too difficult. I don't want you guys to struggle. I'm so sorry. That's the being in the chair. So sorry. There we go. There we go. Get it centered. There. Guys, you're looking amazing. Thank you guys all for being there on the tubies. I can't see you guys because I can't wheel my chair around that far around the back. I can't see your comments or whatever. I love you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to grab a little bit of my titanium white. Oh, guys, you know what? Save this. So if you got it on anything already, save it. Let's grab a little titanium white off of our blade, our palette tool, and let's scrape it in like this. Right? Just like we would do a seascape. Scrape it down, scrape it down, scrape it down. Right? Now, what does that look like to you out there? Just tell me in the comments. What's it look like? Does it look like a water line? Does it look like what? What do you think? I'm going to give myself a little bit of extra to grab this little behind me. What are we making right now? Right? Can you tell me in the comments? Let's see. Wheel all the way back around here. There we go. What are we making? Right? Are we making a beach? Are we making like water? Aha. Snow. Ice. I feel that too. Okay. We're making snow. And what we're going to do is now that we have this color right there along the edge, we're going to take our other bit of titanium white that we have on our brush and get it backwards. Flatter, flatter, flatter. Now we'll have that very crisp line. You're gone to brush down, and then you just can't make that line crisp because you're brushing the bristles and tries to mess about. Right? So what we're doing is we're gripping it from the front, driving it backwards, allowing it to mix in, and then you can even get up here with your trees and mix in a bit of misty fogginess to where we just can't even tell where our little guy was or where he is or whatever. Right? Now, depending, because we make these things up all the time, if we added a little bit more over there, there we go. Yeah, just it goes over to the, not all the way to the side, but now there's less paint over here. Right? That way, if we decide to add anything into that less painted area, we won't have so much white to cover there. If you really want to see it bright, you really got to load it up because it's going to mix in with that gray mist. It's going to mix in with our pink water. Yeah. You guys, that's looking gorgeous. That is looking fantastic. Now, let's grab a little bit of our plaque mix, small little bit. And I'm going to come underneath this guy and just touch, just little places. Right? A little touch of black. If you can get it to straight, then that's okay. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just a little bit of darkness underneath. And it comes off of the blade very easily. There we go. A little bit bigger as we get over here. We'll get us some more to grab. A little bit less over there in the distance. Make it look a little bit further away. Okay? So what we do now is we come up underneath this guy. Very lightly drag down that little touch of our blackish mix. Whatever. Shadowy thing. We can drag it across and make it look like it's an ice-covered little ridge back there. All depends on what we want it to look like every single time. That guy out to the side so it's a little bit less noticeable. Right? It's less noticeable. We're not going to focus on him too much. Right up into our little snowy, crispy little edge. Right now, we're going to need a little bit more of our plaque mix before we get up here into our foreground and do anything. So let's mix up a little bit more of our dark mix of colors And remember, you guys know where to go to get this painting. It's there. You just gotta go find it. And the mods will tell you how to get there on each of the forms. Now, we've got this dark mix mixed up. Why don't we go into our fan brush? Same fan brush that we used to make all those trees in the background. And let's make something that sits a little bit closer. Okay? So we're gonna need a lot of paint to do it. So we make a big old pile, mix it down so it's very sharp. It's like an axe, right? Very sharp. Let's come over here, away from all this thick snow. How did that get there? Wouldn't that be funny? You're gonna like rub your eye. You got that guy all up in your biz. No, thank you. Now, when you come over here, start up a little bit higher, right down through, push a little bit harder as you get down to the bottom. That'll pop a little tree out there. Now what we're going to do is get at the right angle and start popping little branches out by using just the corner of the brush. By the time that we start getting down here, and we're using the whole brush to make our little crazy little shapes, okay? We're loading up with a lot more color, coming out, almost making like a little Z shape now. Right? And then you go back and you can fill it in. We do them all sorts of different ways because everybody learns a little bit differently. Turn the brush, launch out those little guys, fill in the center so we can't see past this tree. Now what about this tree makes him look closer than everything else in the painting? Right? Why is this guy close? Do you know? Do you see? Why is he closer than everything else? Come down in here and just kind of straighten our lines down and around a little bit. There. Why is he closer than everything else in this painting? His butt sits lower down here, right? It's way down at the base. That way, it makes him seem like he's sitting much closer than everything else. Let's make up a lot more of our plaque mix again. We're gonna need some bushes and different such that goes in to making all this foreground look really, really, really textured, right? That's the whole goal. Gotta have it, make it look very, very, very textured in the front. That's why we try to soften this paint. That's why we try to soften this paint. So this paint stands out as being very close and very gunky, right? You gotta have all that gunk in there if you want it to work. Okay, so in order to create our gunkiness, right, what we're gonna do is go right into the thickest part of the pile of the paint. We're not trying to drag it out and make it thin on the brush. No, we want it to be thick on the brush, very heavy, and then we can come out here and pop in, covering all these little details in. Leaving our little tip tops of our bushes kind of popped out and random. They're all too wild, and I like to go in there and make them a little bit more randomer. Pop out some weird little bits. I think the more weird little bits that we have out there, the cooler little things it's going to look like. To me, just to me. Right? Then, what we can do, actually, guys, thinking like, could continue these all the way across and get a little bit taller, and it will look like the river is kind of running back behind our little guy. But we're going to lose a lot of that transition out of blue right there. So, and I don't want to just do another tree right here exactly the same. We never want to do that. Never, ever, 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 ever. So, what if we do this? Oh, snap. I just got a cool idea. Let's see how this works. Let's see what this looks like. We'll come down here, right? And that's the fun part about painting. Not, oh my God, I'm going to mess it up. It becomes, hey, let's see what happens if I do this. And I take another little tree, and we go right there, plop him down. Right? How close it is depends on me, right? How thick it is depends on me. How many branches live on this guy? Right? How many little things are going to poke off and be odd along the exterior of our little tree back there? Crazy little things are in your tree, making it look wild, right? You're gonna keep it dark, just like that. It's just fantastic. You could literally, right? We could keep this guy on that side of the river if we go like this. And just take our color, slide it out one way, push it out the other way. We can make a little ridge in our snow, have him sitting out there. We could go brighten up the snow so it's brighter on our one side. See over here, lighten it up on that side. However we want. We can have a whole little snowy little thing. We can take that snow, cut this whole area off, and have a little pond in the background. And connect these whole little bits, which is what I was thinking. about doing by going like this, right? Pop that guy up there. Now we got a little bit of a pond in the background. Okay? These little guys, if we take them, so we can grab them, lower and lower, bring them back here. We're gonna have a little area, a little space. You can walk around next to this little pond, right? But when you're doing those bushes like that, they have to be odd, right? You don't want them to be like a crazy little arc. So pull it out, drop down, come back over here, different levels, make them look a lot more natural. Okay? Again, since this is our brighter side, we can take our white paint and just overload it, right? Making sure that this side stays nice and bright, just like that. Fabulous. Right? Now it looks like a little funky when our snow is right up against our bushes like that, so I like to drag it in, right, wipe off the brush, drag it in all the way from the edge. I'll make it look like you get this kind of wind swept underneath our little bushy bits, right? All up to us. And if I wanted to, I really wanted it, I could make this guy even bigger, looking like they kind of flow along and connect. I could take it, I could swipe it out this way, I could make a whole other little piece back in there, a little missing area. It's all up to you guys. Literally every single time we do it is another chance that we're different. So our shadow off the backside. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Like it's just literally showing you that you can bunch over something and then quite honestly go back and change it back the way that it was. Super simple, right? Super simplicity. Very flat here in front. So we're going very horizontal with our drags. Back up into those little bushes and trees and such. And then we'll go throw some highlights on those guys. What do you think? I think it looks pretty stinking good. I don't know about you. I think it looks pretty good out there. So, let me know where you're watching from, guys. We're going to wash off a brush real quick, which means I have to stand it, which is not going to be fun. So, oh, God. I don't know how many times my back is going to crack before it just cracks in half. That's going to be the whole thing. And then I won't be able to stand up. So, you guys tell me where you're watching from. I'm going to get back here. Looking good, looking good. Green Bay. All right, we're using oil paints. Dallas. Oh, the Dales. The Dells. Dalles. It says Dallas, Oregon. That can't be right. UK. Yuma, Arizona. Mel's Kitchen, UAE. We're watching for Texas, Poland, Boston, Arkansas. Everywhere, guys. Literally everywhere. Now, let me stand up real fast. I'm going to have to wash off one of these brushes. Then we'll get back over here. Oh, God. Bending over is a nightmare. I don't know what I did to make it so sore, honestly. I must have slept wrong just again last night. It's my only guess, is I must have slept incorrectly. Like, how do you sleep wrong, right? Like, you gotta be old in order to sleep wrong. Beat that rascal. I feel you. Okay, now, let's get over here, right? We're going to use our liquid white. Our liquid white is a very wet, runny paint, okay? And then we're gonna go into our blue shadows, because we're only using 4 colors today. So we're gonna take our liquid white straight into the blue pile of paint, right? It's making the blue brighter, but it's also attaching that texture to the brush. And then, if all of my light is coming down this way, maybe I might have a little bluey shadow off the back of that guy, or a little bluey shadow off the back of this guy, or whatever. Doesn't really matter. Maybe that guy's a whole bit of blue shadow, and if not, we can go back and fix it and change it when we hit it with our white. Now, we've only used about half the brush, so if I'm lucky, I can turn the brush over again. I can get our liquid white up on the top side. I can go right into my titanium white, right? Our white part of our guy, over here, tap it on. Little bits. There's a little spot there. There's a little spot over here. Where do you want it to show on your painting? Where are your little bushies happening, right? Are they all stuck on there real good? You got a whole bunch of brightness, or do you have some darkness at the base where you need it, right? You need everything to be so uber bright every time. Gorgeous. There's little shadows in between. That looks cool. Let's wash the brush again. looking really nice. Now we're going to grab our Paint with Josh fan brush, the smaller one, right, number 4, a small guy. And we're going to get a little bit of our liquid white and some of our blue and our white, and I'm going to blow your mind into thinking that this is a snow-covered pine tree with just 3 colors, okay? We have our blackish color up there, that mix of color, all right? And then we're going to add our blue shadows and our white shadows. And everything's gonna play just perfectly for us, okay? So, main thing, do not put too much liquid white on your brush, right? You don't need your brush bristles to be full of color. You only want them to really climb up about halfway. And we're gonna tapping into that very liquidy blue paint now because we've mixed the liquid white inside. All right, come out here, we tap onto that guy. And then just very lightly start dropping off little bits, little corners, little pockets of blue. The more we go down, the more we have to push on the brush in order to have it contact the tree. Okay? Just like that. Each time we're going to get our color dirty. Right? Our blue is going to become dark because every time we tap it on to that black mix, it's going to drop off the blue, and then it's going to pick up that dark color. So as we tap, we're trying to leave spaces in between. Right? It's almost like just a little downward thing down there. You kind of come over halfway into your tree, or more than halfway, it depends on what you want to do. Right? And then we wash it off again. We go back with our liquid white and our titanium white this time. Once we get our liquid white and our titanium white mixed up, again, not putting too much on the brush. Okay. Hi. You guys got very close. Not putting too much on the brush, right? Because we don't need it to climb all the way up the bristles. It's a lot of wasted paint. Now, just like this, if we just tap on a couple little bits of white over that darkness and leave some of that darker color there, so not everything is the same amount of white. And crisscross it over into our little bluey shadow. Doesn't that look like a little snow-covered tree to you? Just doesn't it? Just isn't it the most prettiest thing you ever done did, CERN? Right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Does it not look like a little snow-covered tree? Tap it, tap it, tap it. 3 colors, guys. The black mix, the blue, the white. And then we can determine how bright and how far our little shadows sneak around the side of our tree. Right? I never like it to be just a pure thing. It would just be, all exactly the same. So some of the times I'll sneak some of the bluey shadows back and forth over our white little section in there. And then you get these cool little deals. That is neat. I like it, guys. I'm loving it. Very cool. Again, don't cover up everything. You cover up everything, and guess what happens? You lose all of your depth. Every bit of depth that you had in there will now be lost because you covered up every part of that dark mix. Right? Cannot cover every part of that dark mix, guys. Look at that. Look at that for a cool little scene. Now, you start coming up with a title for this guy. I'm going to put on the signature, and then I'm going to wash the brushes afterwards, so it's not such a thing. Okay. So you guys let me know what you want to call this one. Like I said, if you get it during the live show, you get to come up with the title forever. It becomes your painting to then name what you want to name it for good. If not, then we have to come up with it as a group and see what we should title it. Flying out there in the day. In the day. There, a little bit of my liquid white. You guys come up with a title. Tell me what you think we should call it. And if you grab it, then you get to come back and tell us for goodsies what it should be called. Hey, little Nike swoosh Harry Potter star. That's my signature. There we go. So, head over there, check it out, guys. I do have many, many, many other ones available as well. You don't just have to get this one. There are tons over there. All different colors, all different scenes, all different times of year. And one final thing, especially if we're on a pure white canvas, check out what you can do as far as making little branches with just the point of your blade. Right? We have underneath here. Scrape up little sticks and twigs that are holding on to different things. Right? Holding all these little flowers up. And they grow from those darker spaces. Now, just in seconds, right? Now it looks like there's all sorts of little things growing up from out of the snow, holding all of our bushes up. We're just using the point of the blade to literally scrape it off that paint and reveal that white canvas underneath. So cool, guys. Look at that. Look at that for a painting. All right, you guys come up with a title. I'm gonna try to wash off these brushes. So you guys hit me with the titles. Broken. Oh, Jonathan, of course you. All right, let's go wash these guys off real quick. This is gonna be the only show I do today, guys. Like, I am literally in so much pain. I gotta go home and just relax. I cannot be on my feet for 10 hours. So, let me know what you want to call this one. If you grab it, or if you grab this one, you get to name it, right? You can get all sorts of other paintings that are available over there. You just got to go check it. You got to go check it out. It's like a library. You got to go check out the library over there. So, let's see. Hey, looks like Mark got one today. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. I don't know which one it is yet. But I appreciate you grabbing a painting for the show. Love you for that. You guys gotta follow Visions by Mark. He's a cool guy. He does some really neat stuff too. There. Okay. Finish washing off these other little guys. We should be all set a roosty, my friends. Honestly, I do feel better after sitting down for that whole time. Like just sitting down and kind of relaxing and not having to hold up my whole upper body weight. This is what it is. It's like the pressure just crunching down on my spine in the middle. It just hurts. Okay. Yes! We're gonna come up with a title. And we're gonna have a good old time. Oh, that's cool. That's a neat one, Mark. I just saw which one you grabbed right there. Very, very cool. Guys, there's more than 15 people over there. You got to go check it out. It's going to be neat. It's going to be neat. There. Everything is washed and dried and ready to sit back down. Perfect. Okay. Oh, snow. My back. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. Fuji's Misty Forest. It does kind of look like Mount Fuji up there, doesn't it? A little bit. I thought that initially, and then, again, you guys didn't tell me there was a giant empty space right there. I'm sure we can have a little space. Oh, that is. Now it looks much more like Fuji. Old Fuji out there. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect, and if you leave that little outline of darkness, you're really going to like it. So, let me flip one of these cameras around real fast. Oh, man. Whoop, I guess it's going to be the I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm usually not wheeling around in my chair. All right, let's come over here. Put you guys this way, so at least I can see your comments, and you can see the painting. Hi there. Even leaning over hurts. Oh, okay. Snowflake Forest, I like. I like it. Snowy Fog, I dig that one too. Come on. Winter's Mystical Madness. I don't know. You guys gotta come up with it. I can't. Pain in my back. That's gonna be the name of this painting. Just pain in my back. Really? My hair in it. Thank you guys, by the way, over there on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I love you guys. It's literally awesome. Just so much pain I can't even think today. Oh. Oi. Oi. No more hiking in my future, I think. That's the thing. That's the thing, you guys. So, Mark already grabbed one of the paintings that we had for under 100 over there. You can be the next one. Literally, we've got some of the originals under 100, and you can have one. You just got to get over to where the mods are telling you where to go and grab your own. I have to stand up again. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think I've stretched so much that I've overstretched. Just trying to make myself feel better. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta go home. I am not gonna do another show tonight, guys. See how low the canvas is, by the way, where we normally stand? Normally the cameras are a lot higher, the canvas is a lot higher up. But I just cannot even continue. Honestly. I like doing this part with your hand because you won't go down and hurt the canvas with your brush stroke, like is what normally happens if you're trying to get the top of the canvas. And then your brush bleeds over the front, and then now you've got paint all over the front of the canvas that you didn't want. So, you guys come up with a title. I'm going to drop the name on, drop the old signature in, make sure I don't hit the camera, get real close up here. There we go. This one is one of the originals. It's number 2018. I can't believe that we're already up to 2018, and that I've already painted 3 paintings just today. Just today, plus, what, 3 yesterday. So, it's getting crazy out there. Oh, we need to put a title on it. Hang on. Let's go put a title on it real fast. I'm going to look and pick the very first one that I see that makes sense. What would you name this painting? Frozen Mountain Lake. I like it. Frozen Mountain. Now, this one's cool because it was painted on 8/24 of 2024. We're all going to go to Paint the Josh because it's the best, right? You got to put the dot and the CO and then the end. Got to do all the cool stuff, but excellent title, came out amazing. Cool date to paint it on, wicked neat, awesome, and you guys were here to watch it come to life, man. Isn't that cool how I showed you? We could connect those, you could disconnect them, you could do different things. All up to you. Is it 2025? Did I say the wrong date? Hang on. No, so I put the right date on there, but I must have said the incorrect date. My fault. That's my dyslexia. A lot of times we get it mixed up, especially when they're very close together. And it's Murphy's Law, though. You know Murphy's Law, that law that says, like, if it can happen, it will happen. Murphy's Law. Ever heard it? Yeah? Nancy? Ever hear of Murphy's Law? I'm just talking just to me and you. That's it. Nancy Hernandez, 7706. Nancy, have you ever heard of Murphy's Law? Because then I'm going to ask you one more question after that. Right? One more question after that. And guys that are watching, shh. Nancy, have you ever heard of Murphy's Law? I'm just talking to me and you now. Now you've got me locked in. Like, hooks in, I'm there, right? I'm just asking you a question. Nancy, did she leave? She probably scrolled away. Boo! Boo! Oh, there you go. Okay, so yes. Can you guys pin that back up to the top, please? Nancy. Okay, so you've heard of Murphy's Law. Everyone's heard that one. Have you ever heard of this guy? His name is Cole. He made a law that's much more different, much more art-based, much more obscure. You might not have ever heard of this guy. I know I didn't hear of this guy until, literally 3 weeks ago, right? So, if it's that brand new to me, I'm assuming you haven't heard it either of this guy, right? His name was Cole. And just yes or no, have you heard of this guy? That's all. Just literally. Guys. All you guys. Right? Have you heard of this guy? As we load up. Have you heard of this guy? No? You've never heard of Cole's Law before? Cole's Law is like cabbage and mayonnaise and carrots. You can get it at KFC or your local grocery store. Every backyard barbecue I've ever been to had Cole's Law. You've never heard of Cole's Law before? Slaw? Apparently I'm saying it incorrectly. It's slaw. Cole's slaw. Did you fall for my dumb dad joke? Any of you guys? Did any of you guys fall for my dumb dad joke? Raise your hands if you did. Put up the little hand emoji. Yes, it was me. Or the face palm emoji. Yes, I fell for it. Did you? Bada bing. Stephanie, I got you the other day. Then thank you for staying quiet. I appreciate that. It's always somebody's got to try to ruin the punchline when we're trying to get new people. So I appreciate you guys staying quiet. Did you guys all fall for it? So, if you did fall for my dumb joke, then by law, Cole's Law, you have to now go over to my site, grab one of my coleslaw t-shirts. If you get over there, you just type in coleslaw into the search bar, and it'll come up and pull up 2 of my shirt designs. Gotta get one of them, literally. You fell for it, gotta get one. I got Julie twice, so she's got 2 shirts. I got one of my in-person students in class today. I got her front of everybody. It was awesome. It was fantastic. So, try chiropractic. Now I need rest. The pain from my back is coming from my hamstrings and my gluteus maximus, and because it's feeding that pain up towards my back, it's the whole reason why it's sore. Like I haven't done anything. There, a little bit less gluey. I haven't done anything. I need a massage really in order to get that tension out of my muscles, which is causing my back pain. It's not like an adjustment where I just need like my back cracked and then it'll be fine. Like no, it's not a place that can be cracked. It's literally, it's not a place that can be reached. It's like, it's the hub where everything comes together for my legs and goes up into the center of my spine and then continues up into my body. It's right there, and it's like someone's taking a needle and just going, and just sticking it into the center. And if I turn the wrong way, or if I bend over the wrong way, or if I lean to grab, ooh, it's just like, it just gets, you're like, oh! Sometimes I can't do it. I have to drop to my knees. I have to lay on my back flat. I gotta pull my legs up and like stretch them. Like it's a mess. And it used to happen a lot, and it hasn't happened for a very long time. So what I think happened was the aliens came and abducted me at night and took me up and did experiments on me in their ship. And then when they brought me back down, I was very, very, very sore. And apparently they've done it 2 nights in a row. It's even worse today than it was yesterday. So. Beyond that, I love you guys. Thank you all for being here. Fantastic. Okay. L5S1, was that my vertebrae? Is that the vertebrae that I need removed? But like I said, I've been years and years and years without back pain. So it's not something that is like an ongoing problem. It's something that I did. And it's probably all that hiking that I did at Multnomah Falls. Which is probably what irritated my legs and my butt cheeks, and then that's making my back just so stiff. Like, it's not even, it's like when you go to the gym and then you try to stretch something and it's very tight, you know what I mean? It's like that, but just around my spine, like it's just squeezing it. And so there is no relief beyond, getting off of my feet. So that's what I'm gonna go do. Even sitting down sucks. I'm going to go lay down for the rest of the night like an old person, and I hope to be better tomorrow. I really hope. Tomorrow's Monday. We got the Monday Night Madness show. I don't have any classes tomorrow, so I can literally package up a bunch of paintings and just take it easy. And hopefully after tonight, resting and stuff, then I should be okay. So. I do love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. And everybody over on the Tubes, I love you. Thank you guys for being here. I can't wait to see your versions of this painting. You know what really warms my heart is after I do a painting, the next day I'll be scrolling through the book of faces, you know what I mean? And I'll see my paintings, like 3, 4, 5, 6 people sometimes, like did that painting from the night before, and it just makes me smile. It just makes me smile. I'm like, it's cool. Like they liked it enough that they want to, or they've seen every other video and now they want to do this brand new one, and it's just, I don't know, it just makes me smile. I just love you guys. So everybody over on the Tube, take care. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. on the East Coast. And then at the end of the week, next week, I won't have a Sunday show because I'll be doing classes in Gaston, by the way, which is kind of near Portland. So if you're in the Portland area, then check out my classes in Gaston. And you can find them by finding Comfy Paints over on the Book of Faces. Their company's called Comfy. You know what I mean? It'll be nice and cozy and comfy paints. And I'll be doing classes there next summer in 1 week. So it's gonna be fantastic. So all you guys over on the Bookie Book, on the Tube, not the Bookie Book. We're not streaming to the Bookie Book today. On the TV Tube, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I'll hang out on TikTok for just a few moments longer. So until I see you guys. Oh, my back hurts. Oh, God, I can't. Right? Okay. Take care. Hope you guys have the rest of a good day. I gotta wheel back here. And using my legs is what's hurting. So